Greetings to you, great teachers. Welcome to this video session. My name is Samuel Chukwuemeka. In this video session, we shall add glossary in our Moodle classrooms. What is a glossary? A glossary is a Moodle activity that is used to create a database of words that are entered by you or your students on a particular lesson. So it is recommended that before you teach a lesson, you may want to ask your students to look up the vocabulary words or the definition of words or the meaning of the words that you shall use in that lesson and put it in the glossary. It is a student-centered learning activity. Research has shown that when students create the definitions of the vocabulary words or the explanations of the concepts that are used in a lesson, then they are much more likely to remember those words and the meaning in the context that it is used in the lesson. So what we are going to do in this video session is that we shall do an example for our students on how to add glossary words and the meaning, and then ask them to complete the rest. So let's say that I want to teach the topic of periodic table elements, the first 20 elements of the periodic table next week. Then before the weekend, I can ask my students, okay, I shall give you some example of the elements and I shall add them in the glossary, and then during the weekend you complete the rest. So what we want to do here, we want to turn editing on. When we turn editing on, I would like to add the activity in this week. So I go to add an activity and I add glossary. Then it asks me for the name of the glossary. I will write the first 20 elements of the periodic table. In the description, I want my students to look at what I have added and then add, and add the rest. So I will say that we shall study the first 20 elements of the periodic table. For this glossary, please, number one, click on the add a new entry tab. Number two, type the name of the element. Number three, type the symbol, I'll say form a table and type the symbol of the element. Then write about 3 sentences on what you know about the element. Okay. Please cite your sources accordingly. Okay, this is my description, and I can underline this actually, description. So I can allow them 10 entries per page so that it will be just 2 pages. Then the glossary type, we leave it as main glossary. As I've explained in previous videos, when you click on the icon that has a question mark that is blue in color, you get the help on what that word is. Okay, so allow comments on entries. I really do not want comments on the entries. Now, what I want to do in this activity is this. I want them, each of my students, to write their own entries on what they know about the periodic table elements. Then I would like to now split them in groups, like a group activity, and each group will now collaborate on their entries and come up with a common entry for that group. And then after that, the groups will now collaborate among themselves, and the entire class will now come up with one glossary on the periodic table of the first 20 elements. So that is a great collaboration and communication activity. Okay, the group will, first of all, the group will collaborate, the members of each group will collaborate among themselves, come up with one entry, then the entire groups will now collaborate among themselves and come up with one entry. So it is not I don't want it to be a graded activity. If you want to add comments on the entries, then if you want it to be like a discussion forum, you can check yes. Okay, on the allow comments on entries. I want the display format to be simple dictionary style. If you click on the help button, you can find the definitions of the other ones. And I don't want the entries to be rated, and I don't want it to be graded. So after this, I will just click save and return to course. And when I return to my course, this icon is the glossary here. This icon you see here. First 20 elements of the periodic table. So I click on it now so that I can add my words, my elements. So what I want to do now is I will click on add a new entry. Like I told them, click on add a new entry tab. So I click on it, and then I can what I might do here is I might just type in hydrogen, for instance. If I want to type in hydrogen, okay, and I want to insert a table, row to be 1, my column to be 2, and I click OK. Now please, for your work here, you can attach an image, you can insert an image, you can insert a vocee, you can insert an attachment, you can attach a file here, you can attach a video as well. But please make it something, make your words to be something other than plain text. Okay, please make it to be something other than plain text. Now I'm going to do 3 examples for them, and I'm going to do 3 examples for them, and they can do the rest. I will do the first 3 examples for them, and then they can now do the rest, so that they look at the way I did it and they can do it that way. So, but let's do something other than plain text. You can also make the font bigger. You can change the font color, so, but let it be something other than plain text. So I write H as the symbol of my element, hydrogen. And what I want to do now is I want to make this to be big. Change the font size. Put this on Times New Roman. I want to make it bold. I want to make it blue. And I want to center it. Hydrogen. Then I will come here and write number 1. Hydrogen is the lightest known element. Number 2, it is a colorless and odorless gas. Number 3, it has no neutron. Okay, something like this, and if you actually want to, it's good, you can either number it like this, or you can use bullets if you want to. Yeah, but I would just leave it this way. So after that, I want to always link this element. Okay, this entry should be automatically linked, so that whenever they use the word hydrogen in my class and they forget what the word hydrogen means, they can easily click on that link and it will take them straight to the glossary. I'm sorry. It will take them straight to the glossary to look up the meaning, okay, or what I have written about it. So I will check this box to automatically link it. If you read the help button, it tells you it will be automatically linked. Okay, and then I save changes. So that is the first one, hydrogen. Now the next one I want to add is helium. So I click add a new entry again, and here I write helium, and I still insert my table here, 1 column 2. Like I said, you can insert an image, okay, or video or audio, and the symbol for helium is HE. And what I want to do is to make this to be big, and the Times New Roman font, make it bold, center it, and give the blue color to it. Okay, then I can write about helium that helium is an inert element. It does not react. Number 2, it is used to fill party balloons. So when they go to fill their balloons on the in the store, they know that it's helium that is used. Helium is the gas used to fill balloons. Number 3, it is used to detect leaks, to detect gas leaks in products. So this is kind of something that they will have to research on the internet or their textbooks, and then cite their sources as well. They can come here and they can cite their sources. Yeah. Okay, but here my source is my brain. So and after this I want it to be linked, so I check this and I click save changes. Yeah, please, it will be good if we enter at least 3 words. At least 3 words. So after hydrogen, helium, the next one is lithium. And I will just add a new entry. And I write lithium. Lithium. I will insert my table. Row to be 1. Columns to be 2. Click OK. And lithium is Li. So I make this to be big. Change this to Times New Roman. Make this bold. Center it. And change the color to blue. Okay, what do I have to say about lithium? 3 things I have to say about lithium. Lithium is an alkali metal. It comes from the word lithos. It comes from the Greek word. From the Greek word lithos, which means stone. And this lithos, what I want to do here is to make it italicize it. Lithos, which means stone. And then the third one, it is used for making batteries. Okay. So after that, I will check this, let it be linked, and then I'll save changes. Okay. So now when they come, you know, if they click on H, they have hydrogen and helium, see, because it starts with H. And when they click on L, they have the lithium. So when they see this, they can, you know, from there they can add the, they can complete the rest of the activity. Okay. Now there are so many applications of this glossary. You can use glossary for a book review. We can ask your students to read a particular book and then write reviews of that. You can use it as a collaborative dictionary. You can use it as a collaborative encyclopedia. You can use it to display exemplary work collection of your students. You can use it as a frequently asked questions. Is one of the options when you create your glossary, whether you want to use it as a frequently asked question. If you notice some websites, some websites of companies, most of these companies, they have the FAQs, frequently asked questions, whereby they list questions. Even some universities, you know, when they list their programs, their department majors, they list it like if it's mathematics, when you click on M, you see mathematics. You see that's an application of glossary. When you search for some programs in universities on their websites, they list their programs in form of glossary. You can use it as student portfolios, whereby your students can add text, images, audio, videos, and they can also link those words like we did here. You can use it as a mini research project. So these are the applications. These are some of the ways you can use glossary in your classroom. Okay, and when you finish that, let's go back to our classroom. We turn editing off and we switch row to student as usual, and we go to the glossary here. We click on it and we can see the glossary right here. We can see it as students. Okay, thank you so much, students, for listening to this video session, and you have a great day.